I've never seen the AI struggle so much as I did in a race taken from my Fanatec World Challenge series. This is round number 4. We're at Suzuka. We got a drying track, a grid full of GT cars. What could possibly go wrong? Look at this now. They're just out of control. What are they doing? No one can get it right. This is round number 4, the penultimate round of my Fanatec World Challenge series, and we are at Suzuka. Last time out was Laguna Seca for round 3, where the corkscrew really mixed up the championship. Most notably, Raul Racing was sent tumbling down the order, just couldn't get the corkscrew right. It cost them second place in the championship. But then, that was then, this is now, and we have an 88-point lead over second place in the championship, and that is Team WRT. Now, usually I mix up the grid by doing a reverse order for each race. I've opted not to do that this time out. The grid order was formed in the order that they finished in the previous round. So we've got at the front there Team WRT. They won. They were the winners at Laguna Seca, so they are first on the grid. Degner 1 and 2 then. Here we go. Raul Racing up ahead. That's not the Raul Racing that was lead in the championship. That's like the sister car in this championship. Full lock through the hairpin. Most the corner names really need some work at Suzuka. They're very basic. We've got things like hairpin, which is what we went through just then. The turns 1 and 2, first curve. What else? The S curves. Yeah, perhaps some updated names wouldn't go amiss. But I certainly don't want to start criticizing what is an absolutely magnificent track in Suzuka. One of my favorites. Okay, so wet weather to begin with. I've preset the weather in this race. Let me tell you about it. Right, so we got wet weather to start. I don't know how many laps that's going to last for. I can preset the weather. I don't know how long. It's going to change. It's going to get brighter towards the end of the race. That's all I know. So we're gonna. The strategy is intermediate tires to start with. All the rest of the grid are on intermediates as well. I suspect that the AI are going to switch to the soft tire, and considering we have, as we've just gone wide and then we got our first offs in this race, how have I managed to clip the back of the AF course? Just struggling for grip, everyone. Even though we're still early stages of this race, people should have enough tread on the tires to deal with these already drying conditions. I don't know quite why they've gone so wide there, but as the title and thumbnail suggested, the AI really cannot handle these changing conditions. But I digress. So the strategy is intermediate tires, and then we're going to go to the hards, and from then on I'm going to just manage what the AI do, keep an eye on them, and see if I need to, I'll either duck back into the pits and put on a set of mediums. That's as Ferrari called it, that is plan A. Plan B is going to be to stay on the hard tires and hope that the AI don't pull a monumental drive back at me and take positions off of me. So we'll just fast forward a bit, because I end up getting a bit stuck behind the AMG. You can see there in 10th, get speed AMG. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit, not much. Okay, so coming out of the hairpin, we've gained back some time, under a second to Team AMG Get Speed AMG Mercedes. This is a 3-hour race. Well, it's not a 3-hour race, it's a 30-minute race. And I've done good old faithful trick of speeding up the time. So it's 3 hours replicated in 30 minutes. You know the drill. So preserving the tires is very important at this stage. We can see that the intermediate tires, they're almost gone at the front. But we have the rain seems to has eased. Get your words out. Jesus, the rain seems to has eased. I still can't say it. What is going on? Oh my word! The AI are just getting confused as much as I am. Who was that team? That was Iron Links. Was that Iron Links? No, it was Grasser Racing. Absolutely losing control, losing the rear, struggling on these tires. And as we talk about the subject of tires, I've just come in for a fresh set. So as I said, the strategy is hard tires to begin with, and I suspect the AI are going to switch to those soft tires. Yes, there they go, on the soft tires. Unbelievable. They don't know what they're doing. They should know. I've programmed it in their strategy, so the AI should know better. Let's be honest. So they've gone out on soft tires, and I do not know what they're playing at here. Just they're almost scared to come out of the pit lane or something. It must be Godzilla or something. Whoa, I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're on the hard tires, and now this is the period of the race where we just need to settle down a bit, settle on down, and preserve these tires, because these have either got to last us what is now 22 minutes of the race, or we potentially come back in for a set of mediums, depending on how I feel and depending on when the AI pit in this race. They're on the soft tires, so they're going to have to pit. Otherwise, they are going to be running on absolute rims by the end of this race if they don't pit. So I know they're coming in. That is one thing I'm sure of. The other thing I'm sure of is that we've now got drying conditions, but we can see on the rain indicator on the left there, we just got these slight patches of wet tarmac, so we need to be careful of that. We're on the slick tires now, and we've got yellows ahead. Look at this now. They're just out of control. What are they doing? No one can get it right. Oh, that is brilliant. I love when I saw that in the race, I was grinning. I was funny. That was funny. I was funny? No, that was funny. Okay, so that has put us into P2, and I've just hit a slight damp patch of tarmac there. You can see on the rain level indicator that there was a bit of wet tarmac coming through 130R, and it just sent me wide, and I was not expecting that. It caused me to get off throttle, but we've made some good moves in this race, so I'm not too bothered about that. We've still got good tires. We're on the racing hards. We've got good tires at this stage of the race. We're in a good position. Team WRT up ahead, not leading the champion, but chasing us down in the championship. Second place, but they're in first place in this race. So 50 points on offer for Team WRT if they can clinch this race. They look to be just over 10 seconds as I just run ever so slightly wide and lose second place on the damp patches of tarmac. The Sky Tempest on that soft tyre, able to just hang it out, completely blitz me on those tyres, and he's up into second place. But I'm not worried about that. Like I said, it's all about preserving these tyres in this phase of the race. This race will start to come back to me as the soft tyres from the AI start to fall off. And we've just gone purple anyway, so we've got good pace in this stage of the race. I'm happy on the tyres I've chosen, even though I've got Team WRT, Proton, Iron Links all breathing down my neck, waiting to clinch a podium position off of me. So we've just lost, like I said, we've just lost second place. I don't think, certainly at this stage in the race, there's a way of me clawing that back until the Sky Tempest's tyres start to go off. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit until that moment. Right, so under a second now, we've caught back up. I wouldn't say actually caught back up. They've dropped back towards me. Sky Tempest have fallen back towards me. That soft tyre is starting to go off. And we've still got damp patches of tarmac in this at Suzuka here, so we need to be careful. We can't just assume that there is a dry line here, so we need to respect that at this stage of the race. I've just noticed that he's went ever so slightly defensive there, so I just looked for that cutback and tried to get a nice run up of what corner is that? Is that even got a name, that corner? So we've got the S curves, Dunlop curve. Yes, Dunlop, of course it is. Dunlop. It's a nice little switchback move on Dunlop corner. So now we're back in second position, back to where we were before Sky Tempesta overtook us for second place. Okay, so we've got Team WRT up ahead. The tyres are going off. You can see that in their driving. They're just losing pace now. Looking for a move. Look, just eyeing him up through the S-curves. Just eyeing him up. I've got that tyre advantage, so I'm just able to drive right around the outside. And now, this is a critical stage in the race. I have to make a decision now. Am I going to carry on and try and eke 9 minutes of this race on this tyre? Tyres aren't even halfway done, especially not on the rear. So we've got enough tyres on the rear of this car to get us 10 minutes of this race. It's the front end that I'm worried about. Damp patches of tarmac can help with cooling the tyres. I think that's a thing. All we need to do is not overstress these tyres, and like I said, I'm still waiting to see if the AI are going to pit here. Oh no, sorry, we know they're going to pit, but I'm just seeing how far into the race are they going to pit, because the sooner they pit, the more time they've got to come back at me at the end of this race. So let's just have a look and just see when they actually end up deciding to pit. And it's happened at 8 minutes into this race. Team WRT, Sky Tempesta, Iron Lynx, all in the pits anymore. They should all pit, surely. Pure Racing, yeah, they're all deciding to pit. Proton Motorsports staying out. I wonder if they were on the soft. We've got Proton. Okay, so Proton have opted not to pit, which means that they're on a soft tyre still, but it's a fading soft tyre. So they should pit again. So it's Team WRT that we need to worry about in third place. 23-second advantage with 7 minutes of this race to go. The tyres are falling off. They're gonna claw their way back. I think I know what I did, because I did the race. So in this moment, I thought, I'm just gonna eke these hard tyres out. I'm going to go for it. It's 7 minutes of the race left. 20-second lead. If I can just hold on to these tyres, we've got really nice conditions now. That's the strategy I've gone for, to make these tyres last. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so lap number 13. 3 minutes in the race left to go. Still got good rear tyres. And approaching Spoon here, this is where it all goes wrong for me. All I can think about at this moment is how much of an epic final couple of corners it's going to be. I've just gone too wide on that AstroTurf, and it really caught me out. I was so frustrated with that, because I knew how much of an epic finale finish it was going to be, and what a great video it would have made. But such frustration. But the AI have completely slowed down. I don't understand what they're doing. The trouble we've got now is that I've got a penalty for going off the track. I think it was a bit of a harsh penalty. You're penalised for penalising yourself, aren't you? Let's be honest. So it's lucky I got away without any damage somehow. I'm sure I turned damage on. I'm sure I did. Regardless, that 3.7 second penalty is hanging over my shoulders. And Team WRT, it's just lost their battling behind, which is helpful, but it's not going to create me 3.7 seconds of clear air. This is going to be the last lap of the race, so unless I can sort of run away a 3.7 3.7 second advantage, I'm going to lose places in this race, even though I'm leading currently, which is unfortunate. We've got the AF course in second place. Now that would be an absolutely cracking result for them. Last time out, they were, what were they? Middle of the road, sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. Possibly even higher, which clawed them back from 10th in the championship to around 6th. So a second place finish for those guys, that would be an absolute epic result. It's not going to be enough to come back at me in first in the championship, but we've also got Team WRT there, also just waiting in the wings if AF course make a mistake, which will be detrimental to my championship, because Team WRT, like I said, are second in the championship, and I've got this penalty hanging over my shoulders, which is going to cost me places in this race. I could drop back to potentially 5th or 6th, which is not going to be a good points haul going into the final rounds of the championship. Just under a second, just creeped into a second, but that's not going to be enough. I've lost some of that penalty. I'm trying to lose as much penalty as I can, just so we can gain, so we don't lose too much time. But that's going to be the finish of the race. It's in first place, but we've got that time penalty hanging over my shoulders. Where does that bring me out? Where does that bring me? That's 5th place. That's not good. That's not good for the championship. AF course there, top the table. A win for those guys. That's going to be fantastic for them in the championship. But it's Team WRT that I'm worried about. 2nd and 4th, which is a good points haul for those guys. Mad Bad Racing maintain a healthy lead going into the final round of the championship. But the story of the day is the AF course, with that commanding win at Suzuka to nab 50 points and haul themselves from 10th in the championship just 2 rounds prior, now into a podium position. Team WRT in the Skechers BMW won't want to go down without a fight. It's all to play for in the final round. See ya.